So you have more and more people see me coming to the forefront. You see my face more and more often. As I say, I'm getting ready to do TV stuff. So Mr. Letre, myself, Mr. Letre, uh, created Equal Maleism. Equal Maleism is a book that I am putting together. I want to leave something written for the bookshelves and the libraries after I die. And equal maleism is taking a twist of what black feminists do. Black feminists have this thing where black feminists have been working side by side with white women for years. And black feminists have this thing where they don't see the oxymoron uh, of their maneuver. If you're a black feminist and you're bonding with white women and you're using white women talking points against black men who, at a time when white men would give black men more rights than they would give white women, it was the black man who still pulled his black woman along. It was the black man who still pulled his black woman in positions. And this is documented throughout history. That's why anytime somebody comes on with me live stream, we have a dialogue and I point to the historical points where black men did not just leave black women behind. They pulled 75, 80% of them along. Yeah, there was 25 that did not get pulled in. Maybe they connected with bad marriages or what have you. Humans are humans. There was one black feminist I was competing with back in 2015 on a stage, and she kept saying, "But that's not all black women." And we're we're on a college stage talking to students, and then I turned to the students. I said, "Isn't it strange? This is what we have to deal with as black men in our community, where my opponent is telling you that 75, 80% of black men helping black women is not good enough. For all you people who are not black men, imagine that. Imagine someone constantly telling you," and then she started to interrupt, and the moderator had to cut off her mic. And then I said to the audience, "See how undisciplined that is? I don't mind my argument being incorrect. I don't mind my argument to you all being wrong. But look at that. That's what we as black males have to deal with, because what the white woman has done, what the white woman has done is saw that the white man allowed the black man to vote. Now you guys get this. The white man allowed the black man to vote. The white man allowed the black man to have businesses, handshake, and compete with him. But the black man did not do what the white man did. The black man did not leave his woman behind. He did not. No matter whether it was in Missouri, no matter whether it was in England, no matter whether it was in Canada, no matter whether it was in Baton Rouge, the black man did not leave his woman behind. But the white man did. The white man elevated the black man over his own white woman. Because remember, white women could not vote. See, this is why black men have to protect the image of black men. This is why we can't have people come to the forefront, grab the microphone, and talk tomfoolery. Because, see, the image of the black man gets muddied when the tomfoolery people come forward. Then you don't know the true power of us as black men, because it gets polluted with nonsense. So let's dig into this some more. The black man got the right to vote. The black man got pulled in business, other stuff, not the white woman. The black man then turned to his black woman and included her in his unions. Oh yeah, documented facts. So let's deal with the Porters Union. Porters Union was a union for those people who worked on trains. And it was called the Brotherhood, not the Sisterhood. It was called the Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters. But they brought their women in too. They brought their sister. See, this is where I say the white woman has fooled the black woman. See, when a black woman has sisterhood, she doesn't pull the brothers in. See, all this fantastical BS of black men not doing this and black men not doing that. When black women get power, they don't pull the brothers in. They don't even pull their own sons in. But the history of black men pulling black women in is documented. We never left them behind. Some did get left behind, but we never left them behind. And I'm going to show you a picture that proves my point. Now, again, black men have the right to vote. Okay? Black women don't have the right to vote. White women don't have the right to vote. But when I show you this picture from 1925, back when white women did not want black women around them. I want you to truly understand that. Back when black women did not want them around. Okay? It was black men who pulled them in. Now, this is black men were the ones to create the first Women's Economic Council Auxiliary, pulling in their sisters, pulling in their women. Now, I'm going to show you this. Green Machine, I sent you a link, man. Now, I'm going to show you this. Is that when you see this, you're going to be like, black men were always helping black women. And this is the crazy thing is that what they always try to do is try to make it seem as black guys was not doing this type of stuff. When in actuality, black dudes was always trying to assist black women at that time. And it's partially our fault as black men because we have let our narrative get polluted with bad information. We have allowed others to come in and pollute what we've really done. Hold on for a minute. We want to get you to see this as I share it. Okay. Now, this is from 1925. The Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters put this together for black women. The first national convention for black women. See, white women had to pull their own stuff together. Let me say it again for you as you look at this picture. White women had to organize and form on their own. Black men use their dollars. Even black men use their money. They weren't rich. These were just working guys, but they used their money to form the first national convention of Women's Economic Council Auxiliary. It's crazy. It's crazy. Now, part of my book that I'm writing is that black women don't want to look at this period of time. This is why I like involve Honey Bunny. Do you want to come on and speak? Honey Bunny, do you want to come on and speak? See, Honey Bunny, send me an email. I'll send you a link. Uh, Here's the thing. Green Machine. Let me show you this again, Green Machine. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Do you see this picture of all these black women?
Yes, I do.
Now, I'm going to make a statement to you that I just made, but I want to make it again because maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Green Machine is going to tell me something different. I'm going to get your take on it. White women were not pulled up by their white men to form these type of women's economic councils. White women had to get together on their own and do it. Am I incorrect?
Um, for the most part, I mean, I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
For the most part, I am incorrect.
No, for the most part, you are correct.
Oh, okay. Okay. Go ahead, sir.
Now, I do know. What was her name? The lady who was a part of the eugenics deal. She did get help as far as from one of those guys with the corporate backing or whatever the case may be.
Mm.
But as far as rights for them to vote, I had to do a little bit more research on that. But as of from what I know and what I've heard from my elders and things of that nature, we were always in their corner and supporting them so they can get their footing.
Who who
Uh,
was?
Black men has always supported black women,
Who did you hear
and
that from in your
um
family?
um elder statesmen. I mean, I'm talking about guys in their 70s and 80s and
Oh, none of the
things of that
women
nature.
said it. None of the elder women said it.
No, no, not at all.
Okay, so it was the elder guys saying that they were in the corner.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm gonna let you speak for a second, but here's what's amazing to me. The Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters was a union formed by black men. And this is going to be part of my book also. Men in general have to get back to unions. Lack of unions in this country has allowed all of this slave immigrant labor. People telling you that you have to bring in immigrants so you can have cheap tomatoes. But guess what? The price still goes up on tomatoes. It's no different from when Richard Pryor was picking tomatoes. Yes, Richard Pryor picked tomatoes because at that point in time, you had whites, blacks, and Latins out picking. We never did need immigration. Before I go on, I'm going to share the microphone because it's all about learning. I don't know everything. Green Machine, take the mic for 2 minutes, man. Tell me what you think on anything, man.
I just kind of find it interesting that we as a group have short memories, and for the things that we do for each other, but predominantly, we as men, we we set the society, and the like the ladies don't have the backing of the men, then you have the situation that we have today. It's kind of crazy that we're in this situation that we're in, but at the end of the day, it's all by design.
Well, I would suggest to you it's not crazy. White women did a very smart thing. Shout out to Honey Bunny. Shout out to Man of Tomorrow. Shout out to Judge Dre. Judge Dre, first man in here. It's not a crazy thing. What white women realized was that black women were going to beat them to the punch. Because what white women realized is that when the power to vote was given to black men became more of a business persona than the white women even. Black men became owners and the white women weren't. And that was okay because it was a men thing. But when white women saw that black men were bringing their black women along with them, oh no, no, no. Oh no, no, no. Then, then white women realized I have to impregnate this black woman with my ideals. I have to impregnate this black woman with attacking her black man. Because if I don't, now this is going to be in my book. If I don't, she is even going to leave me behind because I'm still in servitude to the family mayonnaise structure. What are your thoughts, Green Machine?
That's very much so the case. I mean, there's no denying that. Um, at the end of the day, the power is in the ability to be able to vote. Because if you can't vote, you can't change or make rules that are going to impact the society. And
Wait a minute, wait a minute. The millennials are telling us voting don't matter.
well, I am one of those individuals. I don't say that votes don't matter, but I think where a lot of it comes from is the fact that there isn't an economic base in our so-called community to be able to put individuals who's going to have our agenda at hand, and that's a lot of times where the issue lies. So
Well, I always say this: family blacks benefit from voting and laws. Single blacks don't. So I understand why single blacks believe that it don't matter because they never see the direct benefit of it. But the minute you're a property owner, the minute that you're a business owner, the minute that you uh, own multiple properties, now everything the city council does matters. Every judge you get voted into your community for the next 10, 20 years matters. When you're a single black person, none of that stuff matters. What are your thoughts, Green Machine?
that's 100% correct, and it goes directly into what I was saying as far as, you know, that the class in which who works within a family structure that works within a group dynamic towards a common goal, i.e., a family business or as a community as a whole, they're gonna want certain things to happen, and it's a lot easier for a group to come and make those demands because they are the economic base in which feeds that politician and keeps everything rolling.
And I'm glad you said economic base because that goes into the next part of this video here. MOT, I did send your email. I sent it to you. Uh, that goes into the next part of what I said. See, what black feminists don't realize is that they're showing black men the road. Can you imagine, Green Machine, if black men were to bond with the white man the same way black feminists go out of their way to bond with white women?
Oh man, that would be pretty much disastrous for women as a whole in the society. Um, and at the end of the day, like I'm not gonna say it's a far-fetched thing to happen, but considering the climate that we're in today, it very well could happen. Um,
Shout out to Honey Bunny in the chat room. Honey Bunny, if black men were to use the same tactics that black feminists use, Black feminists are always marching with white women. Black feminists are always marching with the immigrants that just got to this country. And I'm not hating, but imagine if black men were to do the exact same thing with the white guys he grew up with. Hey, white fellas, we are not angry. We just trying to connect, man. We trying to stop all this misandry. We just want to hire each other and bring each other up. It's the same message black feminists say. Did I say something different from what black feminists say, Green Machine?
No, you didn't. But you know as well as I do that there would be hell to pay, and they be yelling from the rooftops to try to take us down.
This is why I say black men need to be more strategic. Because if we can stop black men from making these disrespectful women comments, if you could stop black men from making these, I'm going to attack somebody just because she's a woman, I'm going to call her names. If you can get black men just back to the strategic days of the brotherhood of the sleeping car, then you would sit up here and hear black men say, hey, look, we don't hate women. We're just copying what the black feminists do as they bond with the white woman. Why is that wrong? You see my point? Go ahead, Green Machine.
I 100% understand where you're coming from. A while back, I sent you an email, and I was actually trying to send you video footage. I'm in the Northeast. I'm in and out of the Philadelphia ports and things of that nature, and it's something that I've kind of noticed. And I really, to tell you the truth, I never really thought too much of it until you started pointing certain things out. Um, a lot of these ports are ran by Hispanics. I mean, from the bosses to the workers to the ladies who are in the offices. And, you might have a white guy here or black guy there, or you might think it's a white guy and it's just a fair speaking Hispanic.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is, while we're running around talking about our women are trash and this, that, and the third, um, they're getting to it. They started out selling apples and oranges and bananas on the street corner, and now they're running whole warehouses and they're the bosses, and in some cases they're also the individuals who are owning the companies, and in a lot of cases they're also the individuals who are driving these tractor trailers, moving these loads to various companies.
Now, Mr. Research is a totally different type of black hoodlum, a totally different type of black kingpin, a totally different type of black gangster. Mr. Research is a guy who's constantly self criticizing. I self criticize a lot. Back in 2007, I joined the Black and Latin Council, Business Council in Atlanta, started by a mixed brother. His dad is black, his mom is Mexican. And his goal was to get black men and Latin men together on the business level to do business. What are your thoughts on that, Green Machine?
I mean, looking at what's going on in my neck of the woods, that would be a great thing. But I don't think they're really looking to do that here because they pretty much got a stranglehold on these ports and things of that nature.
What area are you in?
I'm in the Philadelphia metro area. I live
Oh,
in
okay, in Philly.
South Jersey. Yeah.
Okay. So what the real problem is, and it's not an issue of them not wanting to do it, is they don't like single blacks. That's what it comes down to. They only like familia, black people who have family concerns. Because when you have family concerns, Uh, when you have family concerns, you're less likely to screw it up for everybody. Does that make
Right.
sense?
100%.
When you have family concerns, you're more likely to, how can I say, you're more likely to tone yourself down from making that opinion and saying something out loud because it don't benefit you taking care of your kids. When you got a single mindset, the Latins kind of frown on you because they like sex too, but they never like putting it at the forefront. Does that make sense?
100%.
So they're having a meeting in Atlanta on Peachtree Street for all of my Atlanta people and all you black men. Uh, they're having a March 28th on Saturday at 12 o'clock. It'll be at the Peachtree Branch Library. It's the National Black and Latin Council. You didn't even know they had one. The reason why you people in Atlanta didn't know they had one because as black men, you're supposed to constantly be at the center of business and black male image. When you're just kicking back, worried about getting a check, there's a lot of stuff going on that you're not paying attention to. So, as gentlemen, I would suggest to y'all in Atlanta, constantly be looking for how you guys can level up as businessmen. Does that make sense, Green Machine, or am I off?
No, you're 100% correct. You're 100% correct. I mean, I kind of get sick and tired of seeing the dynamic where, you see us all over the country and a lot of the metropolitan areas, and we look like we been rode hard and put it away wet, while everybody else is focusing on family dynamics and making things happen for themselves in their community because they're flag and community first, and everything else comes afterwards.
You know, when I told people that about flag culture, they say I have never heard of that. I said, dude, the concepts that I put out in these YouTube universes sometimes it takes people a couple of years to get it. But when you understand that most people operate based off their flag and not off their skin color, not even off their heritage. Most people, if you were to go Green Machine and you're a dude from Grenada, right?
Hmm.
If you was to touch down in Kansas tomorrow, do you know how easy it is for you to come up? All you got to do is find a restaurant with your flag.
I could believe it. I
You
see
go,
it.
you go find a Grenada restaurant. You sit down and have your homeland food while you talk to the owner about what's going on out here in Kansas and who can I connect with that's from Grenada. How hard is that?
It's not hard at all. I
So
mean,
this, go ahead.
I said that would be a beautiful thing for progressive black men, and and also women, but at the end of the day, men first, because uh, we kind of shape and make things.
That's why I say everybody got to get this wolf understanding. It's not about get a bag. Anybody can get a bag, Green Machine. Can you keep it? Will you have it when you're 60? Will you have it when you're 50? Will you have the bag when you're 70? See, I can put you in IT tech right now, and you can make 200,000. But do you know how many broke 33-year-old IT tech people there are? Do you know how many struggling 40-year-old tech people there are? Getting the bag in your 20s ain't shit. Maybe I'm wrong. Go ahead, Green Machine.
I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of times it's a lack of discipline. People want everything now. People don't think about the consequences of their decisions of getting things right now. Um, it's kind of crazy that you could have an individual that could make 150, $200,000 a year and still be broke, and I just attribute that to not having a plan, and secondly, not being disciplined to stay on that plan and having goals. And all too often, because we have that uh, every man for ourselves mindset that's drilled into us from our said communities or lack thereof, we often find and get better positions and able to make a decent living, but we're more worried about getting the Negro trinkets and looking rich rather than being rich.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's so crazy. Let me get into some more of this book real quick that I'm in the middle of. So I'm going to be writing again how in this world, this alternate sci-fi world, I think I'm gonna make it a sci-fi comedy with some realism aspects. Because I gotta, when you put something like that so real, Green Machine, you have to dilute it for the masses. There's a book, I mean, there's a movie. I watch a lot of international TV. There's a movie about how white people are the slaves and black people are the masses. And the concept of how, under the same situation, the same identical thing will happen, showing white folks as childlike, white folks as undisciplined, and showing black folks as the people who are regal. It got me to thinking also, what if black women were to actually see that white women were not really with the feminist talking points that they claim? What if black women were to say, wait, why are y'all still doing ABC? I thought we as feminists were doing ZYX. I think that would be amazing to see something where a black woman realizes that the other women, Green Machine, are not with the same talking point. What are your thoughts?
Well, I find it to be rather interesting as a millennial who date, whoever tickles my fancy or whatever the case may be, that a lot of black women have issues with white women, but yet and still you would unite with them to take down their own brothers. Um, it's And at the end of the day, what they fail to realize is the grass isn't greener on the other side, and you're pretty much being used to for numbers and to help push the agenda along for them. And at the end of the day, you're just going to lose because it wasn't built for you to gain anything from.
Yeah, it wasn't really built for them. And like I said, because we had so many unions started by black men where they brought black women in. Now I'm on my 30-minute mark, and I try to save my, because StreamYard, they only give us so much time. But I wanted to make this interactive thing and just give you a piece of what this book will be about, because I want to hear how people are going to interact with it and think about it. But any final thoughts, Green Machine, on everything you've heard so far? And does any what I'm saying make sense?
Oh, it very much does make sense. Um, Pretty much, it's amazing. Like I said, that we have short memories on how they got to the situation that they got to, and how we ended up where we are, and they align themselves with people that they wanted to be, but fail to realize that the grass isn't greener, and they weren't meant to benefit from it.
Absolutely. Um, I'm talking with some people out at the coalition, trying to see if I'm trying to see if they have Skype available because I need to get back to that Black Latin Coalition. I learned a lot hanging around my Latin brothers, soaking up Latin game. But it is what it is. Thank you very much for tuning in, sir. I'm gonna go. I got to look at my landscaping, make sure that the workers are doing what they're supposed to do, and I'm gonna talk to you later, sir. Thank you very much, Green Machine. Tune in next
Uh,
time.
all right, peace and prosperity to everybody, and I'll check you on the next one.
Peace.